Hey guitar enthusiasts, Lauren Bateman here, and we're going to be doing a John Denver song called Country Roads, except this version, I'm going to be doing the finger picking version of this song, so let's get into it. Now some of you might already know I did the easy version with the strumming earlier, but I had a lot of YouTubers who are like, hey, can you do a finger picking version of this song as well? So here you go. If you have a request for a song, put it below, and you never know when I'm going to do your song on YouTube. So let's get into the lesson. So let's talk about the chords first for Country Roads. And if you need a chord chart for this, just go to laurenbateman.com. I'll put a link in the description below. If you need some lyrics and chords, you can go to my website and follow along there. Now, the chords we're going to be using are all open chords. My 4 favorite beginner chords: G, C, E minor, and D. And when we get to the bridge, we do some different chords there, but we'll talk about that when we discuss the bridge section later. So let's get started with our verse. So the chord progression for our verse, we have 2 G's, 2 E minors, 2 D's, a C, and a G, if you're looking at my chord chart. And what I'm going to do for this first pattern, timing-wise, is we're going to do a bass pluck pattern, and we're going to do it on quarter notes. Okay, just so it goes along with my chord chart, because I think the chart goes a little bit better with the intermediate picking pattern I'm going to show you a little bit later in this section. So what we're going to do is do a bass pluck. Okay, it's going to sound like this. Think of like Yesterday. So it's bass pluck, bass pluck, bass pluck. And what I'm doing is I'm playing a bass note with my thumb, and then I'm plucking up. I'm pulling up on the bottom 3 strings with these 3 fingers, my first, second, and third finger. So my first finger's on my 3rd string, second finger's on my 2nd string, and 3rd finger's on the bottom 3 strings, and those fingers never move. The only finger that's going to be changing is our thumb, depending on what chord we're playing. So for example, in this song, when we play a G chord, our bass note will be the 6th string. The same for E minor. It will also be the 6th string because those are 6-string chords, and the lowest note, the lowest bass note, is the 6th string. When we get to our C chord, our thumb is going to have to move down to our 5th string. And when we get to our D chord, our thumb is going to have to move to our 4th string. Okay? So what we're going to be doing, when we play our G chord, it's going to sound like this. Okay? Bass pluck, bass pluck, bass pluck, bass pluck. And then E minor, bass pluck, bass pluck, bass pluck, bass pluck. Okay, C, bass pluck, bass pluck, bass pluck, bass pluck, and D. Okay? Now for this picking pattern, like I said, we're going to do quarter notes so that it lines up with my chord chart. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Life is older than E minor. Now to D. And the mountains blowing like a breeze. So you hear that? So it's just a very simple bass pluck pattern. Nothing special. Very, very simple way to finger pick this song. And you can do the same thing on the chorus. The only thing is that the chord progression changes. So on the chorus, we have double G, double D, double E minor, double C, again, double G, double D, double C, double G. So the chorus is going to be country road, take me home to the place where I belong. Okay, now we have West Virginia. Virginia, mama, take me home, country roads. All you're going to do for the entire song, even when we get to the bridge later. But before we get to that bridge part, I'm going to show you a little bit more of an intermediate finger picking pattern that you can do on this song, and this is usually how I will finger pick Country Roads. So let's check it out. If you're liking this video and you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, I highly encourage you to subscribe now and turn your notifications on so you know when I release more videos just like this one. So this pattern I'm going to show you has a little bit more of an alternating bass line. So the last pattern we have, we just stayed on one bass note, right? Well, now I'm going to be alternating. But I'm going to show you a picking pattern, very quickly I'll go through. This is called Travis picking. It's a very common picking pattern. If you want a more detailed video on how to do Travis picking, I'll put a video link up here to show you guys. So what we're going to do is the thumb is going to be alternating between two bass lines, okay? So for the G and the E strings, or sorry, the G and the E chords, it's going to be going 6, 4, 6, 4, 6, 4, 6, 4. Okay, for a C chord, it's going to be going 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4. And the D chord, the thumb is going to be going 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3. Okay, so let's talk about this pattern. This is going to be an 8th note picking pattern. So we'll be doing 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. It will be the timing, and I'm going to show you exactly how it lands. So the first part, let's talk about our G. Our fingers, the bottom 3 fingers, are still staying put, but the only ones we're going to need to really worry about are the first 2 fingers. So the first finger is going to be playing the G string, the second finger is going to be playing the B string, and it never moves, okay? And I will go in for a close-up on this picking pattern, so just stick around. If you're confused, I'll be going in for a close-up shortly. So we're going to start with 1, which is the 6th string on the G. It's going to be 1, and then the next bass note, 2, okay? Bass, bass, and then the first finger. So it's thumb, thumb, 1, thumb, thumb, 1, thumb, thumb, 1. All right, that's the first half of the pattern. The second half is going to be thumb, 2, thumb, 1, thumb, 2, thumb, 1. Remember, we're alternating the bass every time. Thumb, 2, thumb, 1. So it's going to be 6th string, 4th string, 1st finger, 6th string, 2nd finger, 4th string, 1st finger, thumb, thumb, 1, thumb, 2, thumb, 1, thumb, thumb, 1, thumb, 2, thumb, 1. And you would do the same thing on E minor. Thumb, thumb, 1, thumb, 2, thumb, 1. Now this C chord, where things get different. So now the thumb's going to be alternating between 5 and 4. So it's going to be 5, 4 for the string. So thumb, thumb, 1, thumb, 2, thumb, 1. Okay, thumb, 2, thumb, 1. So it's 5, 4, first finger, 5, second finger, 4, first finger, thumb, thumb, 1, thumb, 2, thumb, 1, and the timing is 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and, all right, and then the last one is D. We're gonna have to shift our whole hand down. Our thumb is now gonna be alternating between the 4th string and the 3rd string. Our first finger is now on the 2nd string, second finger is on the 1st string, so it's gonna be thumb, thumb, 1, thumb, 2, thumb, 1, thumb, thumb, 1, thumb, 2, thumb, 1. All right, so that is our Travis picking pattern. Let me go in for a little bit of a close-up to show you guys before I demonstrate this on the song. All right, so here I am with my guitar, and here's what it's going to be looking like. It's going to be thumb, thumb, 1. Okay, thumb, thumb, 1. 6, 4, 1. And then the outside strings, thumb 2, the inside string, thumb 1. Thumb, thumb, 1, thumb 2, thumb 1. That's the G chord. The C chord is going to be 5th string and 4th string. Thumb, thumb, 1, thumb 2, thumb 1, thumb, thumb, 1, thumb 2, thumb 1. And then the D string, we're going to shift our whole hand down. Thumb, thumb, 1, thumb, 2, thumb, 1, thumb, thumb, 1, thumb, 2, thumb, 1. So all together. Now, if you're confused by this, like I said again, go check out that earlier lesson on Travis picking. I'm going to do a demonstration here, but if you need a little bit more of an in-depth, thorough Travis picking lesson, pause this video, go check that one, and then come back here. So this is what it's going to sound like before we get and discuss our bridge section. So it'll be Hear it on the verse. West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountain. Hear it? It's so beautiful. Life is old there, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, blowing like a breeze. Country roads take me home to the place, you can hear it, I belong. West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home, country roads. So there you go, country roads. It sounds so much better that way. I think it's absolutely beautiful to be played with the Travis picking. So now let's talk about what's gonna happen in the bridge here and what we're gonna be doing there. So John does some really cool music theory stuff here in this bridge. We're actually gonna change keys for a brief moment and then come back out. A lot of the chords are the same. So it's E minor, D, double G, then C, G, double D, and then we have, here's where the change comes. We have an E minor, then all of a sudden we have this F bar chord that pops in, F bar chord. Then we have C, G, double D, and double D7. And this D7 is very important because it helps us transition back to the original key of the song without it sounding too weird. All right, so the bridge, if I play through it, I'm gonna do the Travis picking so you guys can hear it. It's gonna sound like this. I hear her voice in the morning hours, she calls to me. Radio reminds me of my home far away. And driving down the road, I get a feeling I should have been home yesterday. Here's the D7. Yesterday, country roads. And when I perform, I like to just strum that D7, kind of let it hold out the tension of that 7 note. When you go back to that G, sounds so beautiful. It's a music theory thing, but it's phenomenal. Sounds great every time. So there you go. That is how to finger pick John Denver's Country Roads. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. Don't forget to like the video if you had a fun time here. YouTube's gonna pop up a couple more videos over there. Make sure to go check those out, and I hope to see you guys in another lesson video.